man.
Yep. Let's target that.
Okay.
Hi there, Abang Harris, Charlene, Adrian, Andre, Aisha, Basil, and all of you here. Thank you for coming in on time. We'll start very soon. Just hang in there. Okay, I think we can start now. Well, it's our weekly product call again. Every week we learn something new. We learn about our products, a lot of amazing products to share. So today we are very honored. We have a very knowledgeable speaker. She does not need much introduction, but anyway, for formality, I still have to go through her credits, her credentials. She is currently the director, the list of achievements as UFO, including product specialist, internet social media trainer, certified nutritionist, what do you call that? Co uh, Consultant, chairman, challenge winner, and so on. So I think everyone knows this person. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome from US. It's very early in the morning over there. So let's welcome Stephanie, our big sister. Over to you, Steph.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Good morning. I know a lot of people are like, why daily essentials? Because I think that a lot of us underestimate this for product. I think you guys call it 四大天王. I was just telling Zan that in US they call it 四必. I don't know what 四必剑. So it's very interesting how two different zone called differently, right? But so I'm going to talk about it because there are a lot of new entrepreneurs around, and I also want to drive a point of this unsung hero that we don't look at in one sense. So let's begin. First, I need to put an FDA disclaimer. The statement in the presentation has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Market American products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Okay, so understand that you really have to drive home on that one. Now, another thing that I also want to make a statement here saying that the FDA approved drugs, they don't approve a supplementation, but they do approve ingredients inside the supplementation. It is a branch called the Shea that we go through that approves those supplementation, and we do get the approval from the Shea, and we do send the ingredients just for keepsake. We do send the ingredients for evaluation assessment, and we do abide by the labeling. laws by each country. Okay, so the first up, multivitamin. Isotonics multivitamin. You're going to tell me, Stephanie, what do you have to say about multivitamins? Well, let's take a temperature here. How many of you know there's a thing called essential and non-essential vitamins? If you say, yes, I'm aware of essential vitamins, put on the chat 1. I'm not aware of essential vitamins, put on a chat 2. I do not, that means you don't know what it is. Essential and non-essential. How many of you are aware of it? 1, you're aware. 2, you're not aware of it. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you a question. What is essential vitamins? You can type on the chat, go unmute yourself, that's fine. It's right here in front of you. So what does it mean when you say essential and non-essential? Shout it out. I'm fine with it. I like that, vitamins, but why are they essentials?
Calcium is essential. Our bone depletes as
Why?
we our bones deplete as we age. The density goes thinner.
Nice try, but no. So the difference between essential and non-essential is, 1, your body don't make it. You have to take it. Essential vitamins your body doesn't make. It's only through food source that, or maybe environment, that you can get. Body produce it. Okay, I'm saying this again. Very important that you understand that. There are essentials and non-essentials. Non-essential vitamin, your body. Essential vitamin, your body don't make them. So if your body don't make them, you have to take it. Now become what you take is important. Agreed? Okay. So the essential vitamin that you need to survive are A, B, C, D, E, K. Non-essential vitamins that you have that you can take are Q10, OPC3, carotene. You know, these antioxidants, they are non-essential. Your body do make them. So one is a fuel, one's a maintenance. So if you can understand that, then you understand the essential part of why supplementation now gradually exists and why food sources are becoming more and more pertinent these days. Oh, sorry. So let's take a temperature of everyone. So I'm going to ask you, this is every day the diet that you take. I want you to see if you're doable so far, okay? First thing, if your diet needs 1 banana, everybody okay with 1 banana a day? Good. Everybody okay with 2 medium or 1 large orange a day? So far, so good, right? How about 2 avocado a day? You think you can fit it into your diet, okay? How about 1 almond, 1 ounce of almonds? So probably a handful of almonds. So far, so good. Some can be snack, some can be in betweens, okay? 1 cup of sunflower seed a day. 1 cup of Brazilian nuts a day. Okay, you can blend them and drink, no problem. All right, this can be a smoothie. Okay, no problem. 1 tablespoon of cashew. 1/4 cup of pecan. 3 cups of chickpeas. 1/8 spoon of pumpkin. 1 cup of brown rice. Okay, you have 1 brown rice a day. 5.5 cups of milk, low fat, 2% reduced. So let me ask you guys for the left side right now. Okay, if to put those in your diet? 1 say okay, 2 like, oh, I can't do it. 1 okay? Now I got 1, I hate nuts already. Okay. Does it look doable? The left side, so far I've listed in terms of food source. Good? You think it's doable? 1 say doable. The people that say no, you better take a multivitamin. One, doable. I mean, two are, a lot of two are not doable, cannot do. One, you can do it. Two, you cannot do it. Not doable. Okay, I got a lot of candidate for multivitamins, man. All right, now let's get it. Let's have a little fun, okay?
Steph, I cannot see you blocking some of the words below.
Okay, lah, never mind, don't worry. So now 1 cup of bell pepper. Half a cup of bell pepper, okay? 1.2 cups of carrot, not so bad. Some of you may brag and say you take more carrots. 1.5 cups of sweet potato. 2 cups of mushrooms. 1 cup of cooked spinach. 6 ounces of tuna. That's a tuna, sorry, spell check. 12 ounces of salmon. So far, so good? 3.2 ounces of beef liver. 20 ounces of chicken. Now it's getting like heavy, right? 96 ounces of pork. Oops, sorry. 24 large eggs a day. This is not in 1 week. This is 1 day. How's your diet looking right now to get the correct amount of multivitamin? Now, the problem with this, especially with the thiamine on B1, 96 ounces of pork is a lot because 8 ounce of pork is only 1 gram of thiamine. I'm going to say this again. 8 ounce of pork is only 1 gram of thiamine. What happened to the rest of the stuff in that pork? They're fat, they're protein, there are many different things. So if you take all that 96 ounce, you might ended up gaining a lot of weight, having a gout issue or so, right? So what I'm saying is that this proves the point. This is what you need a day to maintain foundational. Saying this again, this is what you need a day wise to maintain just foundation, not even optimal, foundational. Okay, so take a look at this. Let me change my layout to, okay, so now when you look at this is bioflavonoid, eggs and milk. These are the standard. What I did was to take the entire list of a multivitamin, primary food source where you get these, and put in the quantity. So looking at how many of you said it's okay, I can do all of this by myself every day? Or all of you say, I don't think so. Put 1, you said, no problem, I can handle this. 2 is daily, yeah, it's not weekly, yeah. Okay. 2, no, too much. 1, yes, I'm good. 2 is too much. No, exactly, no way. So that is the reason why it becomes pertinent on a multivitamin. So why we supplement and not substitute. Every health diet can't reach these consistency. It's not possible. Especially when you think about essential vitamins, means your body don't produce. Can you imagine every day and you don't give your body something that they cannot produce and you're not feeding it? Sooner or later, your body's going to starve. You may not feel it right now, but you're going to feel it later. Why diet alone isn't enough? 5 nutritional most struggle to get food: vitamin D, B12, E, B6, B1. People struggle to get those. People struggle to put that in their day-to-day life. So we bridge the gap. the vitamins will bridge the gap. So when you look at vitamins and minerals that very hard to absorb, that means it's very difficult to absorb if it's not isotonics. They struggle with it. B's complex, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, very difficult. And the reason is because the intrinsic factor of the stomach when it comes to B12, the small intestine, because not everybody gets a good gut. Isotonics helps with this because of the isotonics absorption, they bypass it. Complete with B vitamin, they need conversion, like B6 need a conversion, so does 12. So because of the methylate level, we're going to talk about it, that needs conversion to an active form. Many of you, 60% of the world can't convert it. It's a problem, okay? So the isotonics delivery helped. B1, acid sensitivity and alcohol. Poor stability in solid tablets. In tablets, they don't have that stability in it to go through that. How about vitamin D? It's a fat soluble vitamin. What does that mean? You need fat, you need oil to go through it. So generally, most vitamin D is taken with food, okay? So, or maybe after a meal so that they can be delivered with it. And also depends on your guts if it's not whether how healthy it is. So requires biles and fat absorption, may limit to low fat. Okay, so those of you go low fat, you got a risk of delivering the vitamin D or digestive issue. So isotonic bypass that barrier. Folic acid is it's not easy to convert. Almost the conversion efficiency is 40%. What does, when you hear vitamins that need convert, what does that mean? It means that your body takes it in one form. When it goes into your body, it needs to change to another form that the body can then readily be absorbed, then you can actually take. So here's the thing. If you cannot convert, you're wasting it. And that's why sometimes people take B vitamin. I'm wasting. So I have only two things that can be possible. You can't convert it. Okay. And you're still, and especially your vitamin B deficient, but you cannot convert your vitamin B. So that makes it a deficiency. So don't you should, when you say, oh, I pee yellow, okay, why? Are you lacking it? No, I'm not.
Our time they still put home address, and a lot of people don't want to give us the home address. So now it's quite easy. Once you create already, you can actually WhatsApp and send them, hey, thank you, this is a free account created for you, Alicia. You can this is
Because the fetus are developed with that folate acid. Folic acid is one form. Folate is what it convert into. That is its methylated state. So folate is that conversion. So if you cannot convert to folate, your body readily doesn't absorb it. Okay. Calcium and magnesium tablets. These mineral forms are like insoluble salt and don't dissolve fully. And that's why you hear those residues that you often hear. The isotonic form with the citric and lactic salt already help you dissolve it rapidly, fast, and doesn't leave any residues on it for both magnesium and calcium. Zinc and selenium, its solid form competes for absorption with iron and calcium. So imagine if it has that and it basically compete in that absorption with your body, so you'll be lacking in those. So isotonic allow even distribution. So in this state of these supplementation, ideally isotonics, IV or injections are the best thing. Anything in the market that says that they have a struggle in terms of delivering it into your body. So I don't need to mention it, but guess if you do, I'll just cover it a little bit. One is a 95%, isotonic gives a 95% delivery, okay? And it accelerates the delivery process in 5 minutes. And versus tablet takes about 40 to 45 minutes to deliver because they need to have acid to break that down. And that's why you take it with food, right? So it's the isotonics solution.
Did we lose Steph? I think we have
think
lost
so.
her, right? Okay, let me try to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think she dropped out of her because of her internet. You might want to message her in
Yeah,
case she don't
yeah.
know.
Sorry, guys, I didn't know you lost me. Thank you. Tell me, where did I stop?
About 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Delivery.
We're here?
Yes,
That one?
this one. Yes.
All right. Can you tell me, what did I say? Oh, I just started it.
You
Yeah, we
said up to
halfway
the
already.
95% of the absorption.
Okay. So 95% of the absorption. So 5 minutes to deliver, and then about around 40 to 45 minutes to deliver. So when you look at this, and when you look at the isotonics, if you are elderly, I mean over 40, okay, I'm not saying 40 is elderly, but over 40, over 50, the older you are, your gut situation doesn't have that strength to absorb much. So this is perfect for you. People that have gut issue, how do you know your bowel movement's not everybody every day going 3 times a day, very good gut, okay? And you're eating the right amount of fiber, you're healthy, you do your checks. Do you have a healthy amount of good diet? So your gut health is good, congratulations. Then you're okay. But most of us don't have good gut health, so we're not really absorbing that much. And there's no binders and filler, nothing to fill it out. So you get readily 100 the 95% of the, and also the standard compression tablet. When you look at tablets, they lose. Did you know that vitamin C, when you press with heat, you lose the vitamin C inside of it? And so you're basically taking just sweets, okay? So often contain artificial colorings, they have talc in it, and they binds it. So by the time you get to you, and that's why you eat when you eat your vitamins, right? Or any pills. So by the time it gets you, it doesn't have the 100 milligrams that you think you're really absorbing. So you're really taking maybe 20, 30%, depending on what delivery system that they use. When you look at this here, these are some delivery system efficacy. Isotonics lies on the top of the chart. Liposomal is basically lipid spears. They go through the cells. These delivery rate in some of our products, we do have it because we cannot convert it to isotonics. Technology hasn't caught up with us. So they do have a 70 to 90 calorie, which is 60 to 80%. You do it in quick, short doses, time release. Emulsify and chewable. Here's the thing, only if you chew and let the enzyme secrete from your saliva. Those people that swallow it, no count, people. So 50 to 70%, easy for the stomach to do that. And capsule and tablet, digestion in the stomach before the absorption. So, and basically convenient, portable, but the limitation is low, okay? So you sacrifice taste and you get the delivery for it. So, or maybe you have a complex formula that does that, okay? So these are what we offer on our multivitamin scale. Let me go back just to make sure, okay? So you can't outswallow a tablet. You can outsmart an absorption, okay? So that's why multivitamins have become very pertinent. I showed you those to hit a point that if you don't eat those, you better include that multivitamin inside your system, you know, your regimen on it. The isotonic multivitamin comparison table, there's few, and who is best for? Expecting woman is always great for prenatal. Multivitamin without iron are men and postmenopausal women. Multivitamin with irons are generally great for women, vegetarian, because there's some source has vegetarian you don't take and you can't take, and you know, for it because they are animals. So what you want to do is take that multivitamins for yourself because your food source has not enough. Athletes need with irons, okay? If you're a runner, make sure you have that multivitamin with iron with you. Pet health, dogs and cats, okay, those are for definitely for cats. So essential key highlights that you see here, that why you need it and why is it important to compare. So before that, I'll share with you something about multivitamin that I learned in a long time. I am a nutrimetrics consultant. When I was actively building nutrimetrics, my account is 5 hours from the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Little Rock, Arkansas. I met a doctor called Dr. Brown, and he was evaluating nutrimetrics, and when I was very to carry the products, we give all the clinical research, and he told me to drop 10 multivitamin. I said, okay, I did. And he says, come back in a month. I did. When I walked in, the nurse was so excited and say, Steph, I lost 10 pounds. I don't know what you gave the doctor. I'm like 5 kg. That means on a multivitamin. Okay, so I walked. They introduced me to 2 patients. One has thyroid, one has blood sugar issue. And they both thanked me for balancing their blood sugar, and their thyroid had no an issue. I was extremely, extremely puzzled. So I waited for the doctor to come in, and he dropped his manila folder on the table, and he says, okay, give me the, let's get started. So I said, wait. Can I ask you a question? He goes, what is it? I said, I explained to him when I walked in what these people said. And he says, yes, I took patients that are borderline. That means they're you know, they're either nutritionally not they're not getting the right nutrients in it, and that was one of the major concerns that he has. So he put them on a 30 days multivitamin, and he says if the delivery, he was testing the delivery is what you said, I would see result in about 30 days, if not 2 months. I said, you're going to drag this out for 2 months? And he goes, well, he was trying to test it. So he said that he was very pleased with the result. So my point after that, when I got back home, no matter what I do, whether I'm taking OPC solo or anything, my multivitamins goes in my isotonics. My multivitamin will always go in my isotonics. That is very important to me. Now, there's also something, if you're taking the TLS shake, it has a full formulation also. So that goes. It's so important because when I heard that, at least foundational, I don't have any problem. Okay. So let's dig into now B vitamins. So do not underestimate isotonic B complex, but let's bring it up to isotonics activated B complex. Facts. Let's take a look. Country Malaysia, deficiency on it. 60 to 90% shows inadequacy of intake of B6 and B9. Singapore, 2 to 5% B12 deficiency, 20 to 30% in diabetic on metformin. Why? Because when you take that drug, it strips your B vitamins out of it. United States, 6% B vitamin deficiency, 70 mild B deficiency, and 10 to 20% overall. So in the United States, food for sure, alcohol consumption. Singapore, they should put alcohol consumption, just kidding. Okay, general population of low deficiency risk, age and medication use. Malaysia, national diet studies, a widespread of low intake of biochemical data limited. Okay, but also that the data on the bees was a bit difficult to get, so this is all I could get for it. So here's where you got to ask yourself, if you drink a lot of alcohol, you better level up on your bees. If not, there are many situations when you do B adrenal function, depression, things will show up. So and you'll feel it. So maybe your friends will feel it. But what you want to ask yourself, do you do certain things? And maybe you might want to increase your B vitamin intake. So why do we want to take B vitamins? They are essential. B vitamins your body cannot produce. They are essential. Okay. So the body, and they take energy. The body needs B vitamin for energy, brain, metabolism. Again, energy, brain, metabolism. Okay. They are water soluble, meaning that the body can't store them. So they don't keep it like a container. You take that day, if it's over the limit, you have to come back tomorrow and fill it up again. So this is a jug that you have to fill every day. Now, I want you to imagine if you have high stress, you drink alcohol, or you are living in a polluted environment, that cup that you fill is going to empty it out very fast. So if your body doesn't produce it and you're not taking extra Bs, you got an issue, okay, in the long run. So any additional vitamins are flushed down daily via urine, okay? So B complex, energy, mood swings, and that. Did I miss a page? Okay, never mind. And the one thing I forgot, I think I might have missed something in the beginning, whereby we do lose vitamins. We do lose our vitamins through sweat and urine and day-to-day functionality on that. Okay, I think that was calcium. Okay, never mind. So here are the Bs. Take a look at it. These are also, when you see thiamine, it means B1. Converts carbohydrate to energy, supports nerve and muscle function. Okay, so here's where, if you're deficient in B vitamins, fatigue, irritable, memory loss, nerve pain, muscle weakness for B1. For your riboflavin, helps release energy from food, maintain skin and nerve. So your lips are you're gonna crack lips, sore throat, inflamed tongue, dry skin. Anybody? So not, if you're lacking niacin, tenderness, poor appetite, skin rash, mood swings, confusion. B5, which is the pantothenic acid, that would be where it builds the hormone and supports your stress level. You're going to have fatigue, headache, insomnia, tingling, hands, feet, okay? And B6 produces neurotransmitter, which is your feel-good syndrome, the serotonin and dopamine, support immune and nerve health. So PMS, depression, confusion, anemia. Some of you are going like, I have that, I have that, I have that, I have that. Biotin, definitely hair loss, brittle nails, rash, low energy. Okay, it promotes skin health, nails, and support. When you look at B9 folic acid, it's essential for DNA formation, red blood cells production, anemia, fatigue, poor focus, and what? Birth defects in pregnancy. So if you're going to want to prep your body, this is a very essential vitamins to start prepping your body in. 12, B12, nerve health, memory, red blood cells. So deficiency symptoms, fatigue, numbness, memory loss, moods, changes, anemia. So if you check all the box, you might need to on that. And if you're not taking it, you might want to start. So top things that these are the things on the left. Uh-oh. Am I doing okay? Because I just got a flag on my internet. So stress, caffeine, energy drink, alcohol, medication, all these have that. It affects the B vitamins. So if you're stressed and you are not, I'm not talking about 3 minute stress. I'm talking about stress all day in the office. Okay. Because of work, B1, B5, B6, B12, you need to replace it. If you're a caffeine drinker, soda drinker, pre-workout, you got, and because what and then this can cause that issue. So increase urine output, flush out water soluble B, so your B complex becomes important to take. Alcohol, you drink alcohol too often, 1 glass is okay, but damage stomach lining and liver, reduce absorption of B1, B6, folic, and B12. Those are essential for you. Now remember, you don't produce them. Medication interferes with absorption or increase of B vitamins. Refined and processed food. So if you're into refined and processed food, fast food, it strips away your B vitamins because it doesn't have calories. You're not feeding your body. So where are you getting it? Your cups are getting empty all the time. Smoking cigarette and including vaping, you're not running away from it. So lowers B12, folic, vitamin C. Oops, what happened here? Somebody's touching them. Anyway, and high sugar intake like sweet drinks, bubble tea, dessert, uses up B1 to metabolize sugar and fatigue. Now imagine if you're not taking B1, which is the thymine, you got to take 62 ounces of pork to replace it. I mean, there are other sources also on thymine, and it's only 1 gram. So I would really, really go easy on that sugar intake right there. Age after 50, aging basically, we're talking to people that are after 50. That'll be yours truly right here. Stomach acid decrease, poor B12 absorption, and that becomes so important. Gut issue, IBS, celiac, gastric, long-term antibiotics. You got to make sure that you don't have a damaged gut with it. Now it has been, so is it important? Should you work on it? Should you take more of the B? And so what will a B complex deficient result? Tired or low energy, like what we talk blame. This is the summary. Brain fog, weak immune system, numbness, to name a few, pale skin or anemia. Why take isotonics B? Because it has 95% delivery. More activated. Now, I know Malaysia doesn't have activated source. At least you have been able to take the vitamin B. If you find out that you may need the activated B, then you might want to cross over. It is in methylated form, okay? Meaning that because when you look at the worldwide scene on the methylated, which is the MTHFR variation on your genes, worldwide there are 40 to 60% that struggle with that and cannot absorb it. Okay, in the United States is higher in whites and Hispanic. In Singapore, 30 to 50% have that challenge, and Malaysia 30 to 50%. Now, here's the thing: I'm only looking at environment And we still have to encounter with race does play a part. You can research on this. Asian shows mixed but moderate prevalence, and also similar to Singapore, the same in Malaysia, because we have the same ethnic background in it. Okay. So why methylated form is important? Because we are not absorbing this amount of B vitamins. When you look at methylated form, you have these. For those of you that are geeks, you want to know what they are. You have the B12, the P5P activated, B6 activated, B2. So in your activated B complex, it's the B12, B6, and B2 that is in a methylated form. That means they have been already converted. Your body doesn't need to convert that process. Okay, so your body doesn't need to convert. It's been converted, ready for your body to deliver. Even especially for those that cannot convert them, no worries. When you take them, you're taking in those 3 vitamins. No residues, no digestive strain because of isotonics. You don't have that. It doesn't leave any residue in the stomach or kidney, unlike tablets or other deposit. Okay. It has a great synergical formula. For the 8, it's a complete B vitamin. So it is an 8 combination B vitamin plus magnesium and potassium. Okay. The cofactor of this help put them together and maximize the energy of the absorption. That's the reason why they put magnesium in there. They put potassium in there. With the isotonics delivery, it will maximize your delivery for your B vitamins. So what's in the marketplace? I did a little bit of this so you can take a look. There are different types of supplementation that is available with decent delivery system that you have. Isotonics top the highest on it, especially if it's in activated form. There are methylated form. I think this brand here that has a methylated form, which has 60% of the delivery rate. And it is a pharmaceutical. Slow absorption needs digestion, so it takes a little bit longer to absorb from it. And this pure that encapsule B vitamin, they don't have it in full methylated form. So these are some of it that is pretty decent in the market. Testimonial. So I'm going to ask yourself, anybody would like to share B vitamins testimonial that you have to share? You can open your mic. So quiet. All right. If you're welcome to open your mic anytime, but anyway, I'm gonna move forward because of time's sake. For myself, for B vitamins, I use this for stress level, and I didn't realize how it is until I left my. And the reason why I say that, 5 out of 3 women in my office have breast cancer, developed breast cancer. And the biggest issue in my at least that vicinity that I have is because of the stress level. So it's becoming a norm that we hear that in the office, but I didn't realize how much of it until I left the office. And then I got that, they was telling me, and I realized, oh my gosh, with it. So make sure that you keep yourself engaged with stress. And also another thing is adrenal function. You got to make sure that B vitamins are important. Calcium, you're gonna go, oh, calcium, ooh la la. I love this product because honestly, we hardly have any competition. Facts. Calcium deficiency, let's take a look. 40 to 45% of United States individual, Singapore 50 to 55%, and 80 to 85%, that's in Malaysia, sorry, at high risk of not getting enough calcium intake. About 2/3 of the world population is not getting this calcium intake. And most abundant minerals in our body, 99% found in skeleton. It is the most because our body has the skeleton and our teeth as well. But did you know that an average human being loses about 400 to 500 milligrams of calcium per day? Hola. It's like when I read, I'm like, ooh, it's very important for neurotransmission, hormone release, and muscle contraction. So here it is. They lose it to urine, feces, sweat, skin, hair. So averagely, when you look at urine, is 150, 250 milligrams per day. Feces is 150, 200 milligrams per day. So these are that. So now if you're an athlete, you run, this is important for you to supplement because you're losing that when you sweat, right? So can you, it's being lost every day. So that means that what? You have to supplement. You got to get it somewhere. So the age group, this is an average age group in terms of why the numbers are different in different countries is because of the environment and the diet, because each country has different diets. So the census of different country has different. Okay, so 1 to 3 years old, and averagely in Singapore is about 500 milligrams per day that they need, and 500. So it's different because of the food source. So in that sense, so if you're around women 1,000 to 2,000, so but bear in mind when you take a calcium pill for, it doesn't mean you cannot take two. It's just that when you take one, they're about 375 milligrams of calcium. We leave a little bit for food source. So what is going to happen is that you can take one, if you take more than 4 to 500 milligrams of calcium, your body will not absorb the rest. So you might as well just take one and wait, and then take another. So take it twice a day if you need, 3 times a day, depending on your diet. So if let's say you have diet that has good calcium food source, then the isotonic calcium, you can take one at night and one in when you go to bed. If let's say you have you need it 3 times, then you take it 3 times a day. So that's important to it. It's why it matters, especially with women 50 to 70. That's a menopausal accelerated bone loss, and also you have bone reabsorption increase slowly, and also you have 71 and above lower absorption. Oops. Okay, do we have? Okay, good. Lower absorption on the fecal bone. So those it does matter depending on the country that you're at. These are generic, generally universal differences, not accounting for environment or not accounting for that. You see the average loss of it, which is very important for men and women during that time, and what's the average intake that we need. So why calcium daily? Calcium of our body, we have 99% of calcium, 1% circulation in blood. Okay, so when you look at everyday single heartbeat, your nerve signals, your muscle movement, your blood clotting, your cell signaling is very important. Daily essential, that calcium that you take twice a day keeps it going, keeps your body functioning at good optimal level. If calcium is low short term, so muscle cramp, tingling, fatigue, irregular heartbeat, long-term osteoporosis, tooth decay, prostate changes or fracture, high risk of spine, hip, and fracture. This is the thing that you don't want happening, right? Especially with having osteopenia, creating it into osteoporosis. So do it now while you can. If anything that I said matters and you're not focusing on your daily essential, you should. Why daily supplement matters? It doesn't, the body doesn't store extra calcium long term. Just like your only once a day, you have to pour it back in. If your intake drops, bone get withdrawal from. Okay, so these are why ideal that calcium is so important. In our calcium, we have vitamin D, magnesium, boron, vitamin C, and in isotonic form. That's the reason why this calcium is so amazing. It not only have something that helps calcium absorb into the bloodstream, magnesium basically help balance the blood cells, as well as boron support, folate. metrics and also bone health. Here's the thing I also want to say. These are transporter. So the vitamin D would help them carry the calcium into the bloodstream. They are transporter. So if you need extra magnesium, don't consider that. Okay, you can't, because it's like how do you say? I may be a coach, but today I'm a basketball player. So am I a coach or a basketball player? But I may be a player, but I may not be able to coach in the field much. So there's two roles a person play. So you got to make sure you know what role it is doing, and don't expect that person to do the other role either, because they can't do two at one. Okay. So when you see that their delivery mechanism to the body. So when you look at this, take a look at our isotonics calcium. When this is done on a research, they don't know we have isotonic calcium. They say that this is the ideal calcium that is needed. Watch this. Vitamin D, magnesium, boron. We have them. And we have been creating this calcium and have this calcium for the longest time, where everyone and the researchers are saying that is why it's needed. So of course, repeating myself, delivery, definitely, because we have that vitamin D and magnesium to ensure the calcium goes through the bone, not the arteries. And that's the thing, wrong calcium can get you the wrong direction. No fillers, no binders, edit, and easy to take, good tasting. Okay. So here is the delivery when you look at different types of calcium, the chewable, the liquid calcium, okay? It shows how they generate and where the delivery and absorption is. The lowest rapid absorption minimum leftover of calcium, minimum. So they don't keep residues. Low moderate mating, when you look at the liquid, which is non-isotonic, still leaves some unabsorbable. Gel capsule, moderate. Tablet, undissolved calciums are common, form in kidney stones or deposit. Chewable, low potency, that means low amount, and some residues. So tasty on the chewable, of course, on that you could see the isotonic is faster as far as that is concerned. So the benefits that I'll feature is vitamin D3. That is something that it helps with the enhancement of the intestinal absorption of calcium. Vitamin D3 turns on your body's calcium transporter. It basically turns it on to help it, moves it into the bone. And that's an essential thing that we have there. And our blood needs that right away with the right amount. Too low, your muscle and nerves, heart won't work properly. Too high, the calcium can't build up on it. So it helps your body with more building. Body has stem cells, which are likely blank cells that can turn into many different kinds of cells. So it helps your body make more bone building cells on it. So taking this is extremely important. When it comes to your bones, those stem cells can turn into osteoblasts, and which you don't want to do it. Magnesium. These are the reason. These are how the magnesium help the calcium into it. Boosts calcium absorption, activates the B. So magnesium is the one that triggers the B to do the step that it needs to carry. So it means, oh, you wake up, wake up, wake up. Don't forget to take the person to this place, which helps your body absorb calcium. It keeps muscle in balance. So if you are actively in the gym, actively in sport, this is a must, okay? Strong bones, strong flexible bones that you take prevent calcium overload, okay? Acts as a regulator and stops excess calcium from forming stones and stones and deposit. So it thought it's a full calcium that taught about everything, that makes sure you don't get what all the symptoms of other calcium source that they have. Oops. Market pricing, I have this that we did. If you want to take a look at it, you can. I'm going to run this through. We did it of Amazon, Vico, and US stores on 2025. These are some of the calcium tablets. These are the pricing on it. Even though so the delivery already matters with what you look at it, and the gel capsule, and the cost factor is basically, you can see it's worth buying the isotonics calcium. I don't have time testimonial. I'm going to move forward for it to anchor with the OPC3. OPC3 facts, that is the free radical, which is antioxidant. It's naturally produced free radical. You know it. It helps oxidative stress. It helps your body defense team. It's your body defense team and neutralize free radical. It's important. So the way I see OPC, you can read this. The OPC is like you're the iron rod that just came out from the oven, right? And you're prim crystal. So the environment that attacks you, whether it's pollution, whether it's junk food, whether it's anything that, whether it's the environment that you breathe in, whether it's a lack of sleep, those free radical damages appear, and they appear rust on that iron rod. Imagine that. So if you don't apply oil on the iron rod, it rusts, right? So OPC is that oil that prevent that rod from rusting. Okay, so that's the best visual fact that I can give you. So more when you see that, it affects your free radical. So this is what happens inside the cell. When in a cell, there's a positive and a negative. So imagine you're a cell, you have a left hand and a right hand. And suddenly I saw Richard walking by, and something happened, and I lost one of my arm, and I went, oh, Richard has two arms. I'm going to take that arm and put it on mine, right? Stick it on mine so I can get balance. Then when I take one from Richard, Richard's like, why you take mine? Now I'm in balance. So now Richard's going to take it from someone else and put it in, and that someone else going to do it and going to do it and going to do it. And that's what happens when you have an imbalance. However, there's a certain amount that should happen, but not over exceeding it. So that's why free radical damages in our body is different, depending on our lifestyle, what we eat, what we do, how we upkeep ourselves. It depends on that. Oops, sorry. I'm almost done. Okay. So, so the different antioxidant target in vitamin C basically boosts system and collagen. Vitamin E, help with UV ray. Now, OPC itself has blood vessel improvement. Of course, it's, I think, 20 times better than vitamin C and 50 times better than vitamin E. I got that. So, and then it also help. These are all some of the different targeted areas of antioxidant. Okay. And you have beta carotene is one of it, protects vision, which you have it in your isotonics vision formula. And also you have antioxidant that works best in a team-like situation, synergy that protects it, that works together. And we can't get enough of it from our diet, because and I know it. It used to be in one orange, we get 80% of vitamin C. Today, we only get 20% of vitamin C. If you need 300 milligrams of vitamin C, and today's orange only give you 20%, 80% is sugar, 300 milligram will make you a diabetic. No, I'm just kidding. So maybe not the first time, but when you take it over and over again, because you're taking more sugar than you're taking that supplement itself, okay, to help you with that situation. There's some clinical study. You can look at it yourself. We have this clinical study. If you're a guest on this phone, we have done a double-blind placebo study on this particular OPC3. It shows we did a research on improvement of circulation and cardiovascular risk in metabolic syndrome subject, bioavailability of antioxidant for the meaning delivery. Okay, we did a clinical study on that, and also clinical trial research on endothelial function. So if you want these studies, no problem. The people that's on this call will basically let you know. It's what I meant by saying double placebo, double blind, meaning that the person that gives it doesn't know what it's giving. The person that's taking doesn't know what they're taking. So it's a very non-biased approach, and getting great results on it. So I just want to highlight the bioavailability to the audience so that you know, and you look at this, which is isotonics and tablet, you notice that, wow, the isotonics delivery, this is meaning the rate of delivery, okay? Plasma radical reduction rate. So delivering as you go in the first few 5 drops down after that. Very simply because it's been, you drink and it goes through your stomach, right? So why OPC3? Can you guess? Isotonics, of course. You know, that is the number one thing that we all need to upgrade for all the supplementation that we take. Nature's most powerful antioxidant. It is still most powerful antioxidant with pine bark, grapeseed, bilberry, red wine, citrus extract, biofeminol. I'm not going to talk about isotonics because I talked about it before. And when it's backed by science, you've seen it, not just from us. There are 160 clinical studies, especially on pycnogenol. And pycnogenol has been prescribed in France in place of blood thinners, believe it or not. So they help with many different kinds, neutralizing free radicals, support health circulation, inflammation, collagen production. Ladies, very important. That's why when you don't take OPC, you age. When you take a lot of OPC, you look good, okay? Boost immune function at the same time. Benefits and features. I want to talk about, these are all the benefits and features at your back office you can find, and it helps with so many different things, from complexion to, yes, sperm quality, okay, vessel dilation, to many different things that you have. I highly recommend. Most importantly, it's an anti-inflammatory for me. Okay, so you look at the ingredient, this is what the OPC ingredient has, but I want to zero in on a couple more of it. Okay, signs of low antioxidant level. These are signs, not really, you still have to get checked with the doctor. Energy recovery, feel fatigue, low, slow recovery from exercise or illness. So when your recovery process is slow, that's a red flag. Casey Boudier, when they did Jennifer Rodriguez, when they did the Olympics, Winter Olympic, at one time, we sponsored them. So we gave them the Champion Blend and Isotonics OPC3 and some other products. They said that their recovery period when they are training is increased by about 90%. So they were able to do more trainings, and that was the year they won the gold medal for the United States. So aging, dull, poor immunity. Okay, so I'm not going to read this, you can read that, but what I'm trying to say, if you have those symptoms, just increase your dosage. So signs of low, these are the things that we talked about. We said this. Oh, shut. Okay. Also, besides that, on medication, if you're on medication, that hurts your, not only your glutathione level, your master cell, vitamin E, and it can hurt many different your antioxidant, put you in oxidative stress. Technology-based scan available for you. You can do a scan test to see where your scores are. High risk, who are high risk? Most people likely to have low antioxidants are smokers, drinkers, people with chronic illness, long-term stress. Those with long-term stress, individuals rarely eat fruits and vegetables. That's why I take my supplement. And people exposed to high UV rays. And what about EMF wave? Your cell phone, your computer. So all of us are exposed to it. So here's the thing on this pycnogenol that's really amazing. It's a super antioxidant, 50 times stronger than vitamin E, 20 times stronger than vitamin C. Strengthen blood vessel walls, and you see that reduce inflammation just by looking at that. Here's the thing, athletes, support nitric oxide level production. This is an excellent product that you increase your stamina depending on the dosage and your recovery that you're going to use on it. So nitric oxide level is very important. for that. I want to talk about red wine extract because the first thing that people talk about, oh, it is got alcohol. No, it doesn't have alcohol. Red wine extracts come from the skin and the seeds of red grapes, okay? And with it. And the reason why we use the word red wine extract is because we are told to, is because the seed of it, they are used to make the wine. So that process, so that's the reason why we say, because we extract it before the wines are being made. Rich in polyphenols, and also especially resveratrol and proanthocyanidin, potent plant antioxidant that protects the body from oxidative stress and aging. So I hope, so extract in OPC3 delivery depends, benefits without alcohol. So it's pure goodness. There's no alcohol in it. So we talked about this. How does it work? Here's how it works on the red wine extract. It neutralizes a free radical, protecting cell, skin, enhance nitric oxide level, which we already talked about just now. Okay, so key health benefits, went through it already, and it is, so you see all the key health benefits that's there. I don't know about you, brain function is my main thing that I really want. So I like that benefit very much, and also not age so quickly. Definitely isotonics. It's always an upgrade with it. These are some of the ingredients in the isotonics line that you see that can boost that function. Why is isotonic OPC unique? Can you guess? Of course, by clinical, because of the no artificials with it, and as well as what? Being isotonics itself, right? Upgrading and the delivery system. So here's where the loading zone happens. It's about 75 pounds to 150 pounds, 2 caps of OPC. So when you do your loading for 7 days, there is a tendency where we don't load, so we don't get the result. So you need to make sure you load by your weight. Now, if you don't see the result within 7 days, you got to keep that loading zone for maybe 10 days. Now, if you still struggle with it, then you need extra help. So your loading zone can last for 3 months at the same time. So many of us neglect by just doing a 7 days loading zone. If your 7 days loading zone, when you come back down, you have not seen much of a difference. You need to keep that loading zone until that difference happen, and then you change it. See, when I read this and when I go over my old notes that I had, I didn't think about it that much. But then when I realized with my asthma, I have asthma with OP, and I take quite a bit of OPC3. I would say about an average just 4 to 6 caps a day. And I saw really different. I kept that loading zone for maybe 3 months on it. Then I started seeing really significant results after that. And so so you understand, it's because of the amount of OPC used that's not enough during those period that your body needs a longer loading period. Okay, no time for testimonial, just gave one. So let's play. I'm gonna do this. I want to ask you, and we're gonna close it out with this. The one thing beautiful about the isotonics daily essentials, it's because when you look at all of them, believe it or not, you can use them. So I'm going to ask you this: joint pain, anybody? What do you think joint pain can help you with? Nobody?
Joint pains.
Yeah, what can you use from the daily essential?
OPC3.
There we go.
Very good. What else that will help together? Calcium. The reason why I use calcium is to relax the muscle with it. Okay. What if you can't sleep?
Calcium.
B complex
Very
and
good.
calcium.
B complex.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I'm glad you
Medium.
mentioned B complex. Why you add B complex, Ezra?
To calm me down, and
Yes,
actually will help me to
anxiety.
relax. Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of people think that when you have anxiety, you can use calcium and B complex for sure. but because your adrenal function is totally out of whack, B complex, believe it or not, calms it down. That's why if you ever take mocha tonics or something that has a B's in it, sometimes you hear people saying, "Oh, I'm so tired after taking it." They have adrenal function issue, because what's happening is that they are so hungry for the bees, so hungry that when you put the bees in, it almost immediately get absorbed and the body get exhausted. Because why? What happened? How come you only give me this much? It's like you're feeding a starving person food. You give them 1 teaspoon, they'll come after you and whack you because they want more food, because you just trigger something in them. So you got to make sure. That's why very good. Can't sleep. Stress level. What do you use? Daily essential. B complex. Now you can add OPC for antioxidant. You can add B to counter to help your cortisol and adrenal function, to protect your cortisol and adrenal function. OPC, calcium, B complex. So you could increase your, if you increase your calcium intake, because of you're using not calcium, you're using the magnesium. So it's okay to increase it. As a muscle relaxer. Do the OPC. These 3 combination are very good, not only to protect your cortisol, your thyroid, and also your adrenal glands, as well as inflammation, and with calcium to relax it. Anxiety, as I already said, B complex and calcium, very, very good combination. Back pain.
Calcium, OPC3.
Calcium, OPC3, add B vitamins with it. Now, why do I say? Because of B6. B6, if you pregnant woman, do you imagine when you were in, when you are, giving birth or so, there's one thing the doctor does is they put an IV B6 for your back. B6, so B vitamins. Carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel. Anybody?
What does that even mean?
It's a joint. Basically,
Oh.
how do you say it? And you know how they go for operation to kind of open up their vein? I don't know how to explain that one.
It's the compression of the medium nerve.
Thank you very much. See, I don't have to be that smart. So, so
Thank you.
I have carpal tunnel, but I've never gone under the knife. And the reason why is because everybody that I know that has carpal tunnel went under the knife, they always get their carpal tunnel back because it's occupational hazard. So, what do you use?
OPC.
Lots of OPC. You want to add calcium because of the neurotransmitter, and B vitamins with it. So you help the vein on the and the nerve with it, and B vitamins. But you can, when you have carpal tunnel, we're not talking about 1 cap. We're talking about 4 cap. 3 caps of OPC, 2 caps of B, and 1 cap of calcium, taking it 3 to 4 times a day.
Hold on, quick question.
Blood sugar balance. Was that?
So it's just a quick one, Stephanie. If I have a prospect, she is a manicurist, would this be good?
Hold that thought. Okay. Blood sugar balance.
Multivitamins, OPC3.
Yeah, you could do OPC3 multivitamins, very good as a, or OPC with calcium. Those are great combination. So here's the thing for all of you as I close up this thing. The power of this unsung hero, because we have so many other products, we started to say, hey, we want joint, we want this. I'm not saying it's not good, but start with your base. You have a powerful base, but we're not taking enough. Since we started with the packet of the daily essentials, we're minimizing our OPC intake. So here's the thing. When you get up in the morning, okay, take your daily essential with a double dose of OPC3. Later in the day, take a secondary dose of OPC3 again. Averagely, be sure you're taking 4 caps minimum. Ideally, of course, you can take more, okay? Now, the rest of it depending on your lifestyle. We've seen through today You know what your lifestyle is. You know what it is. No matter what, always take a multivitamin in the morning. Always, because you don't know what you're going to eat throughout the day. At least if you're not going to support yourself, your multivitamin will support you on a day-to-day basis. So take that, increase your OPC intake. Now, you don't really need any other but the omega-3 to add to this. If you have a great lifestyle and you sleep well, I'm talking about REM sleep, 8 hours, and if you are living in a place that has no pollution, which is highly impossible, okay, and no stress, and you don't need a plus. So good source, exercise, good lifestyle, good environment. The one thing that you go to and you start with is the daily essential and the omega-3. Okay, that's it. Unless you take about 2 steaks of fish a day, then maybe every day you do that. Okay, then you may not necessarily need the omega-3, but the omega-3 does play an impact on it. The rest of it you can do if you change your lifestyle and you work towards it. This daily essential kit, guys, having it can cover many different health challenges by just knowing how to mix and match. Mix the dosage and match the dosage, the frequency of what you take to it. The reason why we have the other is because we need to repair. Some other supplements that we have does repair, so it tags onto it. Once the repair is done, your lifestyle changes get delivered to, and move your lifestyle change to where it is, then this is all you need. But if you are an athlete or you're running, you're young, you probably may need to take more of them and go above and beyond on that side. So don't neglect our daily essentials. If you're just basically doing what you need, this is all you need to do. Unless, like I said, unless the plus happens, then you have to consider that. So I'm at there to answer Iwa, is that right?
Iwa, not I.
Iwa,
Yes.
what your question is?
About the carpal tunnel. If I have a prospect and she, she uses her hands a lot for work, can I recommend this
That
as a
dosage I
supplement?
gave you,
Yep.
yeah, the dosage I gave you, and exercising. They have couple
Okay.
tunnel hand exercise, but you
Mm.
have to like stop a little bit to exercise.
Mm.
Get her the OPC
Mm-hmm.
and 3 OPC, 2 B vitamins, and 1 calcium. Take it 3 to 4 times a day, and
Mm.
she will notice the pain start relieving it.
So 3 caps of OPC, calcium 2.
Yeah, 2 B vitamins and 1 calcium.
Oh, 1. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay,
That is
got it.
my regimen when I had carpal tunnel,
Okay,
and it helped me tremendously.
got
Okay,
it. Thank
so
you.
I can only share what I have. I know
Okay,
somebody asked me something. I said, hold that thought. Who was it?
that was me. For the
Oh,
thought.
that was you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All
It's
right,
okay.
Jeffrey, over to you. Thank you, guys. Sorry I took a little time. I just wanted to drive the point across.
It's
Alright.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. I think the explanation was very detailed. I hope it has benefited everyone here. We are running out of time. Maybe I can only allow for one question. Anyone who are really eager to ask Stephanie one question? Nope, no takers. Okay, well, if no takers, I know it's already
Oh,
getting
got good
late.
testimonial here.
Good
Question.
testimonial, huh? Yeah, let's see that. All right. Well, if no more questions,
Ask me, Jeffrey, somebody asked me something, but it's not regarding carpal tunnel. What was it?
anyone would like to ask that question?
Okay, never mind.
Just now somebody was asking, saying that he or she was, the friend is a manicurist.
Okay. Thank you very much for reminding me,
No,
Kathy.
that one's
So
already
here,
answered. Steph, you answered me already. 3 caps of OPC.
I did?
3. Yes, 1 cap of calcium.
Oh,
2
no,
caps
there's
of
a
vitamin
reason
D.
why I want to come back to that. Let me explain to you why.
Okay.
In the United States, 8% of nail tech,
Mm.
have severe lung issue, and some of them
Lung.
died.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
because they inhale all that. Yep.
So I'm just telling you, okay?
Mm.
I'm gonna try to find the article, but anyway,
Yep.
it's been very pertinent, and every nail tech that I know, at the end of their journey, they have some form of autoimmune disease. And what I realized, and nurses also, and what I realized is that every day they are breathing their fumes. Hairdresser as well. You're in a chemically enhanced place that you're breathing all that chemical inside. It is very pertinent for anybody in that environment to take lots of OPC, and if you can, for their lung bromelain to add it, because bromelain has a repairing effect, and that's a different thing, because there's a what do you call it, a therapeutic effect to it. So you want to do OPC dose, even if you do one large dose of OPC3 every day, and when they before they go into the environment, at the environment, and when they leave the environment, it will protect them. It will protect them they will protect their lungs, especially, I mean, even if you just do OPC3, it will protect their lungs, help circulation, make sure they detox the toxicity out of their body. So I highly recommend, if you're in that environment, to make sure. Now you can add B vitamins to it because they're constantly doing this. So those are a few factors that you could do. So that was why I was going to answer that question. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Stephanie, sorry, on the lungs thing. So how about if Vivo Queen does it help?
Vivo Queen using Omega.
Because they have
It can.
But
It
Vivo Queen is
can.
quite good for lungs as well.
The reason Vivo Queen is the black cumin seed. The reason why black cumin seed is really good is because it also has a antifungal, antiviral effect for the lungs. And that's why for me, and omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory on it. And with it's a good addition to it for the Vivo Queen as well. But as far as healing on it, I would go with more of an OPC and a bromelain combination. But if, let's say, the person doesn't want to take that, they don't mind taking the Vivo Queen because of the antioxidant, I would match the Vivo Queen. I would do Tylenol more than I would do the Vivo Queen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. So I guess that's all the time that we have for tonight. Thanks again to Stephanie for the wonderful sharing. So with that, we end our product call for tonight. Until we meet again, bye for now, everyone. Have a very good night. And good morning to you, sir.
Thank you.
You, Steph and Jeff.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. This